Good morning, boys and girls. Okay, so we've been talking about slope of lines, and let's quickly summarize what we have come to the conclusion about. As from your exercise last night, you saw that any time that we have parallel lines, that the slope is the exact same. So all parallel lines will have the same slope. You also saw that any time that we have perpendicular lines, that the slope is the negative reciprocal. So if it's positive, it becomes negative. If it's negative, it becomes positive. And it's the reciprocal. So you flip the fraction. Now if you have a normal number, remember you're just putting 1 on the bottom and flipping it. Okay? So we're going to apply these concepts to be able to write equations of parallel lines today. So first of all, I'd like you to look at these 3 equations, and you need to decide, are any of these lines parallel or perpendicular or neither? So in order to determine if it's parallel or perpendicular, the first thing we need to know is the slope. So in this first equation here, m equals 1/3. So we need to find out if any of the other equations have a slope of 1/3. All right, so how will I find the slope of, say, this equation? Well, you're going to need to rewrite it into slope-intercept form. So the first thing you have to do is subtract 2x from both sides. That gives you negative 6y equals negative 5 minus 2x. Then you need to divide everything by negative 6 and simplify to get y equals 5/6 plus 1/3 x. So the slope of that line is 1/3. So line 2 has a slope of 1/3. So how does that relate to line 1's slope? It's the same. So line 1 and line 2 are parallel. All right, so now looking at line 3, we need to see the slope of that line. So again, I need to put it into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, and that gives me y equals 12 minus 3x. And that's all I need to do there. So I can see that the line 3 has a slope of negative 3. And that is the negative reciprocal of 1/3. So that means line 1 and 2 are perpendicular to line 3. And that's how you can tell whether lines are perpendicular or parallel. All right, let's look at another example. In this example, we're being asked to write the slope-intercept form of an equation for the line that passes through 4, negative 2, and is parallel to the graph of y equals 1/2 x minus 7. So remember, parallel lines have the same slope. So looking at this equation, we know what the slope of the line that's parallel to it is. It's going to be 1/2. So a parallel line is going to have a slope of 1/2. So we have 2 pieces of information here. We have an ordered pair, and we have a slope. And that's for the line that is parallel to this one. So we can use point-slope form because we know a point and we know a slope. So plug in the information that you know. Y minus y1 is negative 2 equals m, which is 1/2, x minus x1, which is 4. All right, now go back. It says write the slope-intercept form. This is not slope-intercept form. This is point-slope form. So we need to keep working to move it into slope-intercept. So I'm going to do a little keep, change, change. I'm going to distribute to get rid of the parentheses. So I've got y plus 2 equals 1/2 x minus 1/2 times 4 is 2. And then I need to subtract 2 from both sides to get the y alone. And I get y equals 1/2 x minus 4. That line is parallel to this line and goes through this point. They have the same slope, so they're parallel. And this line, we used this point up here, so we know it goes through that point. All right, so that's your final answer. Let me show you that again with this second example. We're going to write the slope-intercept form of an equation that passes through 2, 3 and is parallel to the graph of 1/2 x minus 1. So that slope is going to be the same, which is 1/2. Okay, and then we've got our point, so we're going to use point slope form. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So I'm going to write y minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 2. Again, I need to get it into slope-intercept form, so I need to distribute. That gives you y minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1. And then I need to get that y alone, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides. And I get y equals 1/2 x plus 2. That is your final equation that is parallel to this line going through 2, 3. All right, so go ahead and give a try on the homework, ladies and gentlemen. 6 problems. That's it. No big deal. Do your best, and we'll talk tomorrow on the ones you're still struggling with.